You need to see this before July 26th. What they are telling you about the new moon energy shift is a dangerous lie. It is a carefully constructed narrative designed to keep you locked in a cycle of spiritual striving, and it is imperative that you understand the truth before this gateway opens. The information I am about to share is not what you will find in mainstream spiritual guides or popular astrology apps. This is the raw, unfiltered truth about the energetic mechanics unfolding, a truth that has been intentionally obscured because its power, when truly understood, is world-changing. Listen very closely, because the veil is thinning, and the frequency of this message is designed to reach those who are ready to awaken to what is truly happening behind the scenes of our reality. The upcoming new moon in Leo, from July 26th through the 31st, is not a simple invitation to set new intentions. It is not about making vision boards or writing down your goals. To treat it as such would be to walk directly into a spiritual trap, a feedback loop that will amplify your deepest anxieties and lock you into a timeline you do not want. This is a warning. This is a caution. For the next 5 days following this lunar alignment, your every action, your every thought, and most importantly, your every inaction will be magnified 1,000-fold. They have taught you to be a spiritual consumer, always seeking, always doing, always manifesting. But the secret to this portal is not in the doing, it is in the not doing. The cosmic architecture of this period is unlike anything we have experienced in this cycle. The new moon itself is happening in the fiery, heart-centered sign of Leo, the sign of the sovereign, the king, the queen, the divine self. But it is not a simple Leo transit. It is forming an exact volatile square to Uranus in Taurus, the great awakener, the planet of sudden shocks, rebellion, and quantum leaps. Simultaneously, it is sitting conjunct to shadowed Mercury, meaning our communication, our thoughts, and our perception of reality are being filtered through a subconscious lens. This is not a stable, fertile ground for planting new seeds. It is a cosmic thunderstorm. It is a holy fire. To throw your delicate, ego-driven intentions into this fire is not an act of creation. It is an act of sacrifice. And you may not like what the universe decides to burn away. The old paradigm taught you that new moons are for new beginnings. But this is a 5D understanding. This new moon is a 0-point gateway. It is a sacred void. Its purpose is not to add something new to your life, but to create such a profound emptiness within you that the universe has no choice but to rush in and fill it with your true divine blueprint, not the one your wounded ego has been clamoring for. They don't want you to be empty. They want you to be busy. Busy manifesting, busy affirming, busy chasing. Because a busy soul cannot hear the whispers of its own higher self. It cannot receive the download that is waiting in the stillness. This brings us to the first, and perhaps most critical, thing you must absolutely not be doing after this new moon. Number 1. Do not, under any circumstances, perform structured manifestation rituals or force your intentions onto the universe. I know this goes against everything you have been taught. You have been told to script, to visualize, to speak your desires into existence with unwavering faith. To do so between July 26th and July 31st would be like trying to program a supercomputer while it is being struck by lightning. The Uranian energy will take your carefully crafted intention, scramble its frequency, and manifest a distorted, chaotic version of it into your reality. You might be trying to manifest a loving partner, but the scrambled energy brings you a karmic entanglement that mirrors your deepest abandonment wounds. You might be trying to manifest financial abundance, but the volatile square manifests a sudden crisis that forces you to reevaluate your entire relationship with security. This is not a punishment. It is a cosmic physics equation. You are inputting a signal into a distorted field, and the output will be equally distorted. The universe is not testing your ability to want something. It is testing your ability to surrender. It is testing your ability to trust that what is meant for you is already on its way, and it requires your emptiness to arrive. The pressure you feel to do the work, to make it happen, is a ghost of the old 3D matrix. It is a program of lack, a belief that you are not whole unless you acquire something from the outside. This new moon is a powerful opportunity to uninstall that program, once and for all. Your only task is to become a hollow bone, a sacred vessel. Your dreams will be strange and vivid. Your thoughts will feel alien, like they are not your own. You will feel sudden urges to sit in silence, to walk in nature, to listen to a song on repeat, to stare at a blank wall. Do it. This is not laziness. This is the real work. This is you receiving the schematics for your new life. The downloads are coming in fragments, in feelings, in colors, in tones. Your job is not to interpret them with your logical mind, but to allow them to settle into your cells. The Leo energy is asking you to find the courage not to roar, but to be silent, to be so profoundly still that you can hear the beating of your own sacred heart, and in its rhythm, discover the one true intention your soul came here to experience. Anything else is just noise. It is a distraction from the profound internal shift that is available to you right now. If you have been feeling a deep, unexplainable sense of anticipation mixed with anxiety, if you have been feeling that something immense is on the horizon, but you don't know what it is, your soul is recognizing this frequency. It knows that a great clearing is about to occur. If you are ready to stop forcing and start receiving, if you are ready to step out of the frantic cycle of spiritual consumerism and into the profound power of the sacred void, I want you to anchor this intention right now by commenting below with the words "I receive as." Let this be your only intention for this period. Not what you receive, not when, not how, just the simple powerful act of opening your hands and your heart to the universe, and trusting that what comes is for your highest good. Type "I receive" to signal to your own subconscious mind, and to the quantum field that you are no longer fighting the current. You are ready to be carried. This is the key that unlocks the entire portal. Resisting the urge to do is the master key, because that urge is the ego's last attempt to stay in control. It will throw everything at you: guilt, shame, a sense of falling behind, comparison with others who seem to be achieving their goals. See these feelings for what they are: ghosts in the machine. They are echoes of a dying paradigm. Your work is to observe them, thank them for their service in protecting you, and then let them pass through you like clouds in the sky. Do not engage. Do not argue. Do not believe them. Your power in this next week is in your sovereign stillness. The king and queen of Leo energy do not need to chase. They attract by their very presence, by their radiant authentic frequency. This new moon is your coronation, but it happens in the dark. It happens in the quiet. It happens when you finally stop trying to prove you are worthy of the crown, and simply allow it to be placed upon your head. The real shift is not external. It's the moment you stop seeking and realize you are, and always have been, what you were looking for. But this is only the first step. Forcing intentions is a rookie mistake for this energy. The second thing you must not do is far more subtle, and it involves the words you speak and the people you share them with. It is a trap that even the most aware souls can fall into, and it has the power to derail this entire sacred process. The second thing you must absolutely not be doing is far more insidious than the first. It is a trap woven into the very fabric of our social conditioning, and it is responsible for anchoring millions of souls to timelines of struggle without them ever realizing it. From July 26th to July 31st. Number 2. You must not speak your fears, your doubts, or your perceived limitations out loud to anyone. Do not verbalize them. Do not text them. Do not post them. This is not a call for toxic positivity or spiritual bypassing. You are meant to feel every emotion that arises. You are meant to acknowledge the fear, honor the sadness, and observe the anxiety as it moves through your system. But the moment you give it voice, the moment you convert that transient inner energy into a spoken vibratory reality, you have committed a powerful act of black magic against yourself. In this hyper-potent Leo new moon portal, supercharged by the erratic genius of Uranus and the shadowy influence of Mercury, your words are not mere communication. They are incantations. They are coding commands. The spoken word is the bridge between the non-physical realm of thought and the physical realm of manifestation. During this specific cosmic window, that bridge is a high-speed direct conduit. There is no lag time. There is no buffer. What you speak you begin to create, instantly. Think about what they have taught you. They have told you to talk it out, to vent, to find a friend and unload all of your worries. They frame this as healthy processing, and in a stable, 3D energetic environment, it can be. But we are not in a stable environment. We are in a quantum storm. To vent your fears right now is the equivalent of broadcasting your exact location to every predatory entity, both seen and unseen, that feeds on the frequency of lack and despair. When you say the words, "I'm so broke, I'll never get ahead," you are not just expressing a feeling, you are striking a tuning fork of poverty and holding it up to the universe. And the law of resonance dictates that the universe must send you more experiences that match that vibration. When you confess, "I'm terrified I'm going to be alone forever," you are not just sharing a vulnerability, you are casting a spell of solitude, etching it into your auric field. The Uranian square will take that spell and amplify it in shocking and unexpected ways, solidifying the very outcome you dread. Your ego loves this game. The wounded inner child loves to have its story of suffering validated by others. It will scream for you to pick up the phone and complain, to find solidarity in shared misery. It feels like connection, but it is a pact of energetic stagnation. The real spiritual work, the truly sovereign act of this Leo gateway, is to feel the fear rise in your chest and to meet it with silent, compassionate presence. Acknowledge it, say to it internally, "I see you. I feel you. Thank you for trying to protect me." But you do not give it the power of your voice. You do not give it the life force of your breath. Instead, you become a silent alchemist. You allow the raw energy of the fear to exist within your body without a label, without a story. And then you consciously, intentionally, choose to breathe. You breathe into the discomfort, and you hold the frequency of your highest vision for yourself, even if it's just for a single moment. This is the difference between being the storm and being the eye of the storm. The masters and sages of ancient traditions understood this. They practiced sacred silence, not as a form of deprivation, but as a form of profound power. They knew that in a world of noise, silence is the ultimate act of creation, because it allows the one true voice, the voice of the soul, of God, of Source, to finally be heard. This period is your invitation into that sacred chamber of silence. Protect your words as if they are priceless jewels, because right now, they are. They are the seeds of your future worlds, and you must not plant seeds of doubt in this fertile, volatile soil. If you are ready to reclaim the power of your voice, to stop using it to describe the prison and start using it to build the palace, I want you to make a declaration. Comment below with the words, "And my voice creates worlds." This is not an affirmation of ego, it is a remembrance of your divine nature as a co-creator of reality. Typing "my voice creates worlds" is a conscious act of severing the old pattern of complaint and stepping into the role of the sovereign magician who understands that every syllable matters. It is an anchor into the truth that you are the one holding the tuning fork. This brings us to the third critical prohibition, which is deeply connected to the first two. It involves the tangled web of our relationships and the powerful, often painful pull of the past. Number 3. Do not, under any circumstances, attempt to force a reconciliation or seek closure from another person. This is a massive trap, especially under the influence of a fiery, heart-centered Leo moon. The energy will fill you with a sense of righteous passion. Memories of old wounds, betrayals, and unfinished business will surface with searing clarity. Your ego, cloaked in the noble disguise of speaking your truth, will tell you that you must have that conversation. You must call that ex, you must confront that family member. You must get the apology you never received. It will convince you that this is the key to your freedom. This is a profound and dangerous illusion. Trying to get closure from another person during this transit is like walking into their energetic house, which is currently on fire and in the middle of an earthquake, and demanding they help you redecorate a room. You will not get closure. You will get burned. You will get trapped in the collapsing structure of their own chaos. Let's speak in terms of energetics. Your connection to every person you have ever had a significant relationship with exists as an etheric cord, a karmic tie. These cords hold the unresolved emotions, the soul contracts, and the shared timelines between you. The Uranus square to this new moon is sending electrical jolts through every single one of these cords. They are unstable, unpredictable, and highly activated. If you intentionally reach out and tug on one of those cords by initiating contact, you are not just opening a conversation, you are opening a volatile portal between your energy field and theirs. You may be seeking peace, but you are inviting in their unprocessed anger, their unhealed trauma, their chaotic frequency. Their reaction, which is completely outside of your control, will be amplified by the Uranian energy and sent right back down the cord into your system, potentially derailing the delicate process of your own internal upgrade. True sovereignty. The highest expression of this Leo energy understands a fundamental truth: closure is an inside job. It is not something another person can give you, it is something you grant to yourself. The freedom you are seeking is not in their apology or their understanding. It is in your own radical act of releasing the charge. The work then is not to pick up the phone, but to sit in meditation. Visualize the person. See the energetic cord connecting your heart or your solar plexus to theirs. From your own heart, send them love. Not a weak pleading love, but a powerful sovereign love. Thank them for the lesson, no matter how painful. Acknowledge the role they played in your soul's journey, and then with an imaginary sword of golden light, or scissors, or whatever feels right to you, you must sever that cord. See it dissolve. Feel the energetic drain stop. This is a declaration of completion to the universe. You are stating that the contract is fulfilled, the lesson is learned. You are taking your power back. This internal act is 1,000 times more powerful than any external conversation. When you do this, the universe receives the signal and begins to rearrange your physical reality to match your new, untethered frequency. The obsessive thoughts about them may cease. You might hear through the grapevine that they have moved away, or you may run into them and feel absolutely nothing. That is true closure. It is neutrality. It is freedom. Forcing an external confrontation during this period is a desperate act of the ego trying to control the narrative. The soul knows that the only narrative that matters is the one you hold within yourself. Do not pollute your sacred incubating energy field with the psychic debris of others. Protect your frequency at all costs. This is not selfish, it is sacred. It is the groundwork for everything that is to come next, which involves the subtle signals your own body and the physical world will be sending you, and how misinterpreting them could lock the door to this portal forever. The next two prohibitions shift our focus from the external world of actions and words to the internal world of perception and physical sensation. This is where the spiritual warfare becomes subtle, fought on the battlefield of your own body and mind. The deception here is convincing you that your upgrade is a breakdown. Number 4. You must absolutely not mistake symptoms of energetic ascension for signs of physical illness and run to a doctor for a diagnosis of your soul's expansion. Now, let me be unequivocally clear, this is not medical advice. If you have a serious, acute medical emergency, you must seek professional help. But I am speaking to the aware, intuitive souls who know the difference between a genuine physical crisis and the strange, unsettling, yet deeply resonant symptoms of a massive frequency shift. During this July 26th, Nita 31 portal, your physical body is being rewritten. Your DNA is being activated. Your light body is coming online in a way it never has before. This is not a gentle poetic process. It is a biological overhaul, and it comes with very real, very physical sensations that the 3D medical paradigm has no framework for. To mistake these for illness is to fundamentally misunderstand the miracle that is occurring within you. You may experience sudden, intense heart palpitations or a feeling of your heart skipping a beat. This is not a heart attack. This is your heart chakra, the very center of the Leo archetype, being blasted open with high-frequency light. It is recalibrating to a new rhythm, the rhythm of 5D unity consciousness. You may feel a buzzing or a high-pitched ringing in your ears. This is not tinnitus. This is you attuning to the music of the spheres, the higher dimensional frequencies of the cosmos. You are downloading data packets of information that your logical mind cannot yet comprehend. Do not try to make it stop. Lean into it. Ask, what am I being told? You might feel sudden waves of extreme fatigue that come out of nowhere, an exhaustion so profound that you can barely lift your head. This is not chronic fatigue syndrome. This is your body demanding that you stop, rest and integrate the monumental energetic work that is happening while you sleep. Your consciousness travels to cosmic schools at night, learning and recalibrating, and the physical body needs time to anchor these new codes. To push through this fatigue with caffeine and stimulants is to abort the integration process. You must honor the need for rest as a sacred act. Furthermore, you might experience dizzy spells, vertigo, or a sense of not being fully in your body. This is you oscillating between dimensions. Your consciousness is learning to exist in multiple realities at once. Grounding is key, but do not panic. Walk barefoot on the earth. Hold a piece of black tourmaline, but understand that this disorientation is a sign of your expanding consciousness, not a neurological disorder. You may also experience digestive issues, sudden food sensitivities, or a complete loss of appetite. This is your body rejecting the dense, low-vibrational foods of the old paradigm. It is craving light, prana, high-frequency nourishment. Listen to it. It knows exactly what it needs to rebuild itself into a crystalline structure capable of holding the light of your higher self. The system they have built wants you to fear your body. It wants you to pathologize every unfamiliar sensation, to rush for a pill or a procedure that will suppress the symptom. But a symptom of ascension is not a problem to be solved. It is a signal to be decoded. To suppress it is to slam the door on your own evolution. When you feel these things, the sovereign response is to pause, breathe, place a hand on your heart and say, I am upgrading. My body is recalibrating to a higher frequency of light. I am safe. All is well. You must become your own medical intuitive, your own spiritual shaman, learning the unique language of your body's awakening. This is the path of empowerment. The path of fear leads to a diagnosis that will only anchor you more deeply in the 3D matrix of sickness and victimhood. If you are ready to honor your body as a sacred vessel of light and to trust its innate wisdom through this powerful upgrade, I want you to anchor this knowing. Go to the comments and type the declaration, I am becoming crystalline. Let this be a reminder every time a strange sensation arises. It is not a sign of breaking down, it is a sign of breaking through. Typing, I am becoming crystalline, is a powerful command to your cells, instructing them to align with the new divine blueprint and to carry out this transformation with grace and ease. It is you choosing the narrative of ascension over the narrative of illness. This leads directly into the fifth and equally critical behavior to avoid. It concerns the way you interpret the world around you, the so-called signs and synchronicities that will be appearing with dizzying frequency. Number 5. Do not fall into the trap of overanalyzing synchronicities or desperately seeking external validation from signs. The universe is absolutely communicating with you during this time. The veil is thin. You will see number sequences everywhere. 1111, 444, 777. You will see feathers, hear meaningful song lyrics, have profound encounters with animals. These are real. They are winks from the cosmos, confirming you are on the right path. However, a dangerous trap has been set by the spiritual ego. The trap is to become addicted to these signs, to need them for validation, and to use your logical, analytical mind to try and figure out what they mean. The moment you do this, you have moved out of the heart space of receiving and back into the head space of control. You have taken a piece of pure magic and tried to dissect it in a laboratory, killing its essence. The purpose of a synchronicity is not for you to understand it. It is for you to feel it. When you see 1111 on the clock, the work is not to Google angel number 1111 meaning. The work is to stop, take a deep breath, and feel the jolt of recognition in your soul. It is a moment of pure presence, a reminder that you are connected, that you are seen. The feeling is the message. The moment you begin to analyze, oh, 1111 means a new beginning is coming, maybe this means I'll get that job offer tomorrow. You have corrupted the signal. You have attached your ego's desires and timelines to a pure formless transmission from source. The Uranian energy will then take that distorted interpretation and play havoc with it, leaving you confused and disappointed when the sign doesn't manifest in the way your logical mind predicted. This is a subtle form of trying to force an outcome, which we already established is the number one thing to avoid. Seeking signs becomes a frantic, anxious activity. Oh no, I haven't seen a sign all day. Does that mean I'm off my path? This is the energy of lack, the belief that the magic is outside of you, and you must constantly hunt for proof of it. The sovereign, Leo-hearted approach is to cultivate a state of being where you are the walking synchronicity. You are so grounded in your own internal truth, so connected to your own divine guidance, that external signs become beautiful confirmations, not desperate lifelines. You see the feather on your path and smile, a quiet thank you in your heart, and you continue on your way, already secure in your direction. You don't need the feather to tell you where to go. You already know. The feather is just the universe celebrating the fact that you are listening to your own soul. The analytical mind cannot operate in the 5D realm. It is a tool for navigating the 3D world, and a useful one at that. But to try and use it to interpret the language of spirit is like trying to use a hammer to perform heart surgery. It is the wrong tool for the job, and it will cause immense damage. Your job during this portal is to live in the poetry, not the prose. It is to feel the resonance, not to write the research paper. Let the synchronicities wash over you like a beautiful piece of music. You don't need to understand the chord progression to be moved to tears by the melody. Let the universe speak to you in its native tongue, the language of feeling, of resonance, of magic, and resist the ego's urge to translate it into the clumsy, limited language of human logic. This allows you to stay in a state of open-hearted wonder, which is the precise frequency required to receive the blessings that are waiting for you. The next step is even more critical, as it involves the very foundations of your life and the illusions of stability that are about to be shattered. We have arrived at the final two, and perhaps most tangibly disruptive, prohibitions for this sacred new moon portal. These deal with the material world, your career, your home, your relationships, the very structures you have built your life upon. The energy of this transit is designed to test the foundations of everything you believe to be solid, and your response will determine whether you rebuild a palace or remain trapped in the rubble. Number 6. You must not, under any circumstances, cling to a job, a home, or a relationship that your soul is screaming at you to leave. This is the moment of the great purge, and the universe will not be gentle. The Leo-Uranus square is the planetary equivalent of a lightning bolt striking a dead tree. If a structure in your life is not built on the truth of your soul, if it is built on fear, obligation, or a sense of should, it is a dead tree. The lightning is coming. You have a choice. You can see the storm gathering on the horizon. Listen to the wisdom of your intuition that has been whispering and lately shouting that it's time to go, and you can walk away with grace and sovereignty. Or you can cling to the trunk, promising it you can save it, believing its familiarity is the same as safety, and you can be shattered along with it when the inevitable strike occurs. They have taught you that stability is the goal, a steady paycheck, a mortgage, a long-term partnership. These have been presented as the pillars of a successful life. But this is the great lie of the 3D matrix. True stability is not external, it is internal. It is the unwavering connection to your own soul's truth. Anything else is a house of cards. During this July 26th, nice 31 window, the pressure in these inauthentic areas of your life will become unbearable. Your boss may suddenly become tyrannical. Your landlord might announce a shocking rent increase. A subtle crack in your relationship may erupt into an unignorable chasm. These are not punishments. They are exit signs. They are the universe lovingly, but urgently, showing you the door. The ego will panic. It will say, "You can't leave your job. What about your security?" It will scream, "You can't end this relationship. You'll be alone." It will bargain. "Just hold on a little longer. it might get better. This is the voice of the prisoner, who has fallen in love with his chains. The sovereign act is not to make a rash, sudden move out of anger or panic. Remember, our first rule was not to force things. Instead, the work is to make the internal decision. It is to stand in the fire of your collapsing reality and declare, silently but with absolute conviction in your heart, I am done. I choose freedom. I choose my soul. I release this situation with gratitude for the lessons, and I am now available for what is truly aligned. This internal declaration is a cosmic signal of immense power. It is you signing your spiritual declaration of independence. Once you make this internal commitment, you must surrender the how. Do not frantically apply for 100 new jobs. Do not desperately search for a new apartment. You have placed your order with the cosmos. Your only job now is to hold the frequency of freedom and trust that the bridge to your new reality will appear, step by step. It may come in a strange conversation, a sudden idea, an unexpected phone call. Your job is to listen, trust, and take the first small inspired step when it is presented. Clinging to the wreckage is a vote for the past. Making the internal decision to let go, even before you know what's next, is a vote for the future. It is the ultimate act of faith, and it is the very essence of the courageous Royal Leo heart. This leads us to our final and most profound instruction. It encapsulates everything we have discussed, and is the key to navigating not just this portal, but the entire new paradigm we are entering. Number 7. You must not look for a savior outside of yourself. This is the ultimate spiritual trap, the final boss of the 3D game. The energies are intense. The world feels chaotic. The temptation to find a guru, a leader, a politician, a belief system, or even a romantic partner who will fix it and make you feel safe will be overwhelming. This is a program that has been running for millennia, the belief that power, wisdom, and salvation are located in something or someone external. This new moon in Leo is the final exam on this subject. Leo is the sign of the sovereign, the individual ruler of their own inner kingdom. This energy is a direct transmission, reminding you that you are the one you have been waiting for. You are the guru. You are the leader. The wisdom is not in a book, it is in your bones. The guidance is not in a video, it is in the beat of your own heart. To outsource your power during this time is to abdicate your throne. To follow another's doctrine without filtering it through your own sovereign discernment is to give away your crown. Every teacher, every guide, myself included, is only here to do one thing: to hold up a mirror and remind you of the magnificent, powerful divine being that you already are. We are here to point the way back to the throne room that exists within your own heart. But we cannot walk you there, and we cannot sit on the throne for you. This is your coronation. It is a solitary journey. The pressure to conform, to join a group think, to find safety in a collective identity will be immense as the old world structures crumble. But true safety is found in your unique individual connection to Source. It is found in your ability to stand alone, radiant and whole, connected to all that is but not dependent on any part of it. When you feel lost or afraid, the work is not to search frantically for an answer online. The work is to turn inward, to place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and ask your own higher self, what is my next right step? And then you must learn to trust the quiet, simple answer that arises from within. It will not be loud or dramatic. It will be a gentle knowing, a simple nudge. That is the voice of your soul. That is the only voice that truly matters. The entire purpose of this July 26/31 gateway is to graduate you from being a spiritual seeker into being a spiritual finder, a finder of the kingdom of heaven that resides within you. Stop looking, start being. Embody the truth you have spent so long searching for. This is the final liberation. It is the moment you take your power back completely and utterly, and become a radiant sun in your own right, no longer orbiting anyone else's light. If you have stayed with me through this entire transmission, it is because your soul recognized the truth in these words. This message was not for everyone. It was a frequency key intended for the light holders, the way showers, and the systems busters who are ready to step into their true sovereign power. The path forward will not always be easy, but it will be true. You are being called to a higher timeline, a reality of freedom, joy, and purpose beyond your wildest dreams. But you cannot take your old baggage with you. You must walk through this portal empty-handed, open-hearted, and ready to receive. Before we close, I invite you one last time to anchor this entire process. Go to the comments and type with conviction, "I am sovereign." Let this be your mantra for the coming week and beyond. Let it be the frequency that guides every choice you make. I am sovereign. Feel the power of those words reverberate through every cell of your being. If this message resonated, please like this video so that the algorithm knows to share it with other souls who need to hear it. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the information will be coming faster and faster as we move through this great awakening. You are not alone in this. We are a global family of sovereign beings, remembering our power together. Walk bravely into this sacred void. The most beautiful chapter of your life is waiting on the other side.